Greetings, Mrs. Polly of the Spooky Polly. This is the morning after the election. It is, as I predicted, a Trump victory. There's going to be some reasons for it, and I think there are two reasons at the very end made it the size that it was. First, to my Democrat friends, and I'm in New York City, I work here, I live here, and I got plenty of them. Let me say this, well, I've been saying all along, you had a bad candidate. Kamala Harris, no one voted for her. She had no primary. She couldn't speak. She didn't have any, well, I saw, coherent philosophy. She picked Waltz, a guy who couldn't speak either. He googled around and say how Republicans are weird, then this guy looks as weird as it comes. There were reasons why she was a terrible candidate, and she was a terrible candidate. But Republicans had some things on their side, too. I mean, they had issues, but they overcame it. They overcame it because the man at the top, Donald Trump, is just one of those guys that can't be stopped. You had him on lawfare. You had him on that couple assassinations. Remember, he's supposed to be dead. He was supposed to be in jail, and he overcome all of that to win, and to win big. Those that underrate this man have always come to regret it, and this could be a big term for him. They think that he's just going to be sitting on a table there and not do much, like Joe Biden. I think you're going to be in for a surprise. But at the end, I think there were two things that turned it. Not that Trump would have won, but the results were as big as they were. One was Joe Rogan. Trump went on Joe Rogan's show, a man who did not like him. And they got along fine. He asked some tough questions. Trump answered them best he could. Trump, as always, would sit down and never had any preconditions. And it came off well. But remember, Harris went CNN. Was it Anderson Cooper who interviewed him? And he tried to press her. He's the first one that actually tried to press her to answer, and she wouldn't. Which is a bad sign. And I think that's why they turned down the Rogan interview, because how bad she was, and Rogan would press her. I mean, he's polite. They wouldn't have been one of those rough interviews, but he would have pressed. And she turned it down. She had to go there. The fact that she cannot speak, the fact she cannot be trusted to do that, showed you the limitations of this candidate and how bad she was, and take off the blinders. She was a bad candidate. But there was a story, the October surprise you always talk about. But this was a surprise. And it came from the smallest of creatures, a squirrel, Peanut. We all know the story. Peanut had for 7 years been in this guy's home, been a pet. The authorities broke in for 5 hours, kept this man outside as he ransacked his home. 10 men with guns. 10 with guns. What? They took the little squirrel away and a raccoon, and they killed both of them. I'll tell you how they died. If I did a little research on it. They grabbed poor old Peanut, cut his head off there, dissected it, put it in the bag, threw it in a garbage can, and had it incinerated. That was the end of Peanuts. That's already disgusting. The state can do that. The state can break in there, with guns. I guess he would have shot him if he resisted. He couldn't even call his lawyer, take a beloved pet, and before he can do anything, use any court order to protect his pet, they kill him. And the raccoon, too. What the heck? He didn't bite anyone, but they chopped off his head. This was such overreach. I mean, I'm an adult, but I almost cried when I read about Peanut. How cruel. How sadistic. Well, when asked to comment on it, Herschel, the New York governor, didn't. And Harris didn't either. But Trump did. Vance did. And young Musk did. And fingers got pointed at the Democrats. And I think that's why they took a beating. I mean, a little squirrel died, but his death hovered over this election at the very end. Not that it changed the vote for Trump. He was going to get that. But I think the numbers he got, I think that did affect it. Little Peanut, we're down in history, I think, as a little chipmunk that could. Okay, this is Polly. Please subscribe. I'll have more on the election later. Goodbye. By the way, I really hugged my cat. One now, Spooky, my friend about Peanut. It's love you, pet. Polly out.